Okay. So I have, how do I say your name? Is it Rin?
Rin.
Hi, Rin. I'm Anthony. You have any questions for me?
I do. What do you do when a guy you've been dating for a couple of years decides that they don't want to get married because a piece of paper shouldn't tell you how you feel about someone, how you should feel about someone? What do you do then?
So wait, hold on. Let me get the whole situation. So is
Okay.
this real for you? Is this actually happening?
Yes.
Okay. So you're in a relationship. Yeah.
Hmm.
Are you
Hmm.
currently in the relationship?
Yes.
Okay. And he doesn't want to get married.
No.
You want to get married.
Yes.
And how long have you guys been in a relationship?
2 years.
Got it. And he says he doesn't want to get married because a piece of paper shouldn't say how much we love each other. Is that it, basically?
Correct.
Got it.
Basically.
And what is your response to him?
My response is, I don't really know what my response was, to be
Hmm.
honest.
When did this all go down, this conversation?
Yesterday.
Oh, my Lord.
I didn't really know how to respond to that. How do you respond to that?
Well, how did the conversation come up in the first place?
I suggested marriage and he's like, no. And I said, why?
Wow.
And he said, because I don't think a piece of paper should decide how you feel about someone.
Okay.
I, I think he also believes that like it's a lot easier to break up with someone if you don't have that piece of paper because then you have to go through divorce and like this whole nightmare of,
Yeah. Okay. So
you know,
the real answer is that he's not sure about you.
okay.
Okay. So he, even in what you just said, it's easier to break up. Come on. He's like, well,
Yeah.
I, if he, think about it like this. When two people go into a marriage, that's going, I don't plan on breaking up, right? That's all right.
Right.
So if you're going into the marriage, are you going, yeah, well, if I break up with him, I don't care about the whole process. Are you thinking that at all?
I wasn't planning on breaking up with him. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like
Exactly.
I don't ask for marriage planning on breaking up. Like that would be absurd.
Okay. Uh, has he ever spoke about marriage in the past?
No.
Okay. Um,
I'm usually the one that brings it up.
got it. Now, are you religious? Are you guys religious at all?
I am, he's not.
Got it. Okay. Um, have you guys ever chatted about any type of like long-term commitment stuff at all in your relationship?
I mean, he's willing to stay with me for as long as for life. He
Mm-hmm.
just doesn't want to get married,
Yeah.
which is what I find confusing.
Okay. All right. So like there may be more to it than, maybe he does have some sort of, like, do you know about his family life? Have they been divorced? Like, do you know about that?
Yeah, there's been a lot of divorce in his family,
Yeah. All
which I
right.
think is why he's scared.
Okay. Yeah. So, now that I have like more context, yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's a scary thing to him. There might be some sort of trigger where he goes, "Oh, married people get divorced." And
Yeah.
that's that. But, you know, I'm all I would suggest just asking him, just constantly digging. Like, how far did you dig and asking him about marriage and why he feels this way? And
I dug pretty far because his family has a history of divorce, so I can understand why has his reservations about it.
yeah. Um, okay. So, like, personally for me, I agree with him, but I still want to get married. Just because I think it's
Yeah.
despite all of, like, despite the fact that there's literally no reason for me to get married, right? Like, what is it? Like, taxes or something? Like, if there's any benefit, right? There's no reason.
Yeah.
I could just end up with somebody for the rest of my life. I don't have to get married. But I just like the idea of it. Like, I like the idea of just going, I am holding a paper that says to the world that I want to be with you for the rest of my life. I want to step into a relationship where we promise this and we have something that, you know, proves it to each other, and the rings, and there's a lot of promise that goes into marriage, and I like that. It's like there's the romantic element to it, and
Yeah.
is he the type of person that seems to be like not very romantic or something?
No, he is very romantic, actually.
What's he like? What type of romantic stuff does he do?
He holds my hand quite a bit. He takes me out on dates quite a bit. He
Mm.
always pays for dinner.
Well,
He bought me flowers once.
mm. Got it. Okay, so
So,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, like he doesn't seem like some cold guy that's like no
Yeah.
romantic things. Um, so, man, again, I wish I could get him here on the Zoom too, like a little couples therapy. But from not really being able to ask him the questions and really dive into it, I really don't know. But I mean, he either has that trigger where he feels that, there's been a lot of divorce in his family, yada, yada. But, he just may not be ready yet. Like, how old are you guys?
22.
Yeah. He may not just be ready yet. Like 22 may still feel like very young to him in terms of getting married, and he might go, man, I don't know what's going to happen in my life. I'm not at this mental place yet. And who knows, in 10 years, in 5 years, he may end up going, you know what? This does sound like a really good idea. I'm feeling a lot more ready to like commit like that. I don't know. But what I'm interested in for you is, where do you stand on this? Like, are you the type of person, or is this the type of thing for you where you go, listen, if this guy doesn't see it as a sure thing after 2 years, I can move on to somebody that wants to see me as a sure thing. Is that how you feel? Or are you just going to say, it's not that big of a deal to me too. I'll just go with it and see
It's
what
really
happens.
not that big of a deal to me, and I feel like I would just go with it.
Mm. And the other thing is, have you asked him if he would be open to it in the future?
I have not.
Hmm. Yeah, I would ask him that and just see, like in 5 years, is that the type of thing that you might be interested in? Once, we're kind of in our later 20s, maybe you feel more ready. Um, it's a, but, what I think the important part of this question is commitment, and what kind of commitment that you expect in your relationship. And if it really is just the fact that he kind of is triggered by the whole idea of the ceremony and all that type of stuff, that's one thing. But I think you want to be sure that it is that, and not just that he's not ready to commit to you yet. But at the same time, everybody has a different path. Everybody has a different length of time that they feel ready, right? So some people
Yeah.
could be in a relationship for 5 years and go, well, maybe now's the time that I feel comfortable getting married. Some people, it is 2 years where they feel really comfortable and they say that's it. So it really is going, okay, well, does my timeline align with his? And is it okay if it doesn't align with his? And I want you to think about these things, because, the last thing I want for you is to be in a relationship, let it go another 5 years, and then him to just go, nah, I think I'm good now. I could walk away, and I'm glad I did, not get married because this was what I was preparing for all along. We don't know. And so what I really ask of you is to really try to see where his commitment is at. And if this not wanting to get married is like a reflection of that, or it's something else. Because like I said, I don't want you a few years down the line to just, you know, have this relationship end when you've been committing to it and he's not seeing it at the same level of commitment as you are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so like I like that you say, "Oh, you know, like it's not the biggest thing to me, you know, I just want to be with him." And that's a really great, you know, you're it's great to have an open mind and kind of work with him and compromise with him, but just make sure that it still is fitting your values and what you want in your life, right? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions about this?
No.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Of
I appreciate
course.
it.
I appreciate you. I hope you can come on again sometime. You know,
Yeah.
if you ever have another question like that. Cool. Great meeting you, Rin.
Cool.
You have a cool
Yeah,
name.
you too, Anthony. Thank you. You do too.
Thank you. All right. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right. Let's bring in Shane. Shane's been waiting. Shane's been waiting. Shane.
Yo, can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on, bud? I hear
Not
you.
much. Okay.
I'm happy to finally meet you.
Yeah, you too. I found you a couple months ago.
Hell
Good
yeah.
stuff.
How did you find me?
Oh God, I'm on YouTube
Hmm.
searching dating stuff all the time.
Hmm. I love knowing like what the first video was, like what the entrance point was.
Oh, I don't remember. I
No
don't
biggie.
remember.
No biggie.
But
Um,
yeah, but I
well, you're
appreciate,
finally
I'm
here,
hearing all this. Yeah.
and I'm so happy that you
Yes.
are. So what's your question?
Okay. So, been divorced a few years. I'm out there on the dating apps,
Mm-hmm.
and I've probably been on 50, probably 70 dates over the past 3 years or so.
Nice.
But anyway, this is like the first time I've had, two women that actually like me back at the same time.
Mm, great.
And so I'm kind of in a situation that I don't know if it's good or bad, but so one of them I've been seeing for about almost 2 months, about 7 weeks, and then the other one maybe about 3 weeks.
Great.
So, I'm trying to do the whole dating around and until the right one pops up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sleeping with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, was the second date or the third date, and the second one, we had sex on the second date, and
Mm-hmm.
so, which I thought was cool and all, but now I'm starting to feel a little guilty
Mm-hmm.
because they don't seem to be. I don't think they're dating anybody else.
Yeah.
And so they might, I think they see it. Well, I am looking for a long term eventually.
Yeah.
But I think it's too soon to bring that up with either one of them right now.
Okay, so
And
what do you feel is too soon to bring up?
exclusivity.
Okay.
It's with the first one, it's been, almost 2 months, and
Yeah.
you know, so I don't want to.
What are your
And also, I heard it's not.
Yeah, no, keep going. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I want to hear everything.
Okay. Well, from what I've heard, it's better to let them bring it up
Mm.
as the exclusive, as far as being exclusive, um, because it should be their idea, and then it's kind of looks a little needy for me
Mm-hmm.
if I was to do it. So,
Yeah. What are your intentions right now in dating?
to eventually, yeah, to find a long-term relationship.
Got it. So you are looking for a long-term relationship, just not at the moment. Like, what is your timeline after, like how long do you want to be dating somebody until you'll know, until you think you'll know?
Um, hmm, but, at least I was thinking 3 months.
Got it. 3 months. I mean, that's the normal amount of time. Um, and
Yeah.
so, okay, so what is the question that you're asking me?
So how, what is when say you're dating two people
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to hurt anybody, that,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel guilty. Like I feel like I'm cheating on one when I'm with the other. And, so what is the correct timeline and the correct way to go about
Okay.
doing this?
Yeah. Okay.
Basically.
So, a couple of things. This is some pretty important stuff, and it's like it's stuff that like I don't think people have done in the past, and so this is very new, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the world could kind of adopt this type of communication as when they begin seeing each other, and that is to actually do the opposite of not say anything and say everything on the first or second date or before you even meet the people. Now, I want you to always remember something. You are only going to seem needy when you are needy. Okay? So
Hmm.
if you are not needy and you say something that people say is needy, you won't be seen as needy. You'll be seen as confident and not needy. So always remember that. You can say whatever you want. It's as long as the neediness is not there.
Right.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So what's important is to express your intentions at the beginning. Now, especially if you're not just starting out dating, like if you're, 18 years old, in college, in high school, I feel like around then, like people are really just learning. They're just testing the waters of what it feels like to go on a date. People aren't really looking to like get married soon or get into a serious relationship at that point, even though this can apply to them. But, after you're like early 20s, I think it's important in the first date or second date to
Hmm.
express your intentions in dating, saying, this is what I'm looking to get in dating. I want a relationship with somebody. I want a long-term relationship where I never, break up with the person. I Now, if you want to be dating several people at a time, then, and this is the hard part for people, but you should say, I am going to be playing the field, because and you could also legitimize it because this isn't new to a lot of people. And you could say, I've had my heart broken before, and, going from zero and picking up the pieces, it's really hard. And
Yeah.
it's better for me, I found, if I play the field. And so
Hmm.
I will be dating other people, and if you're okay with that, I want to keep seeing you. But then stress, I'm looking for a serious relationship. I'm not just trying to hook up. Like, that's not who I am. Okay? I want to be in a
Right.
relationship. Um and you could even say like, and I want you to be seeing other people too. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I don't care, but I just want to let you know, like, I found that this is the most healthy for me personally. Um, and you could say that. Now, there's going to be some people that have pushback, but if you do think that this is important to you to be playing the field and not just dating one person at a time, you are going to save
Well,
a lot of headaches. Well, yeah. So is that not necessary to you?
Well, yeah, that was the plan, but the first one I'm seeing for about 2 months now, I think she has potential for long term,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'll, I would, I do want to bring it up to her
Mm-hmm.
and see where she's at with it. Um, so I mean, do you think that's a good idea?
I do think that's a good idea, but again, you have to risk that they might not be into that,
Yeah,
and that's okay. That's all right, because you you want to remember that you are not kind of like, women are not just like cards in a card game where you're just trading and getting whatever. Like, they're people too, so you want to make sure that they know what's going on. Now again, this is all new stuff, but I'll tell you what, it will save a lot of headache in the future. It's like the an ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure. Have you ever heard that?
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I have.
and I also believe that it's important to remind the person about, like, once every month, saying, "Hey, just want to get an update with you. Like, this is where I'm at." And you
Hmm.
could even say, like, if you want me to, talk about stuff, let me know. Let me know how open you want me to be. Now, again, there are going to be some people that are very conservative about this, and they say, I can't deal with this. If you want me, you're going to have only me. And then you'll have that
Right.
ultimatum, and then you're going to have to go, okay, well, what do I want to do? Do I want to move on, or do I want to commit to her? Um, and
Yeah.
that's going to happen, and that's okay. And especially people that are a little bit older, right? People that are millennials, people that are Gen X, people that are
Gen X.
boomers.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm 47.
yeah,
They're 37 and 40, so they're not playing games.
yeah. So
That kind of thing.
the dating is going to be a little more conservative at those ages, and you just got to be prepared for
Yeah.
that. But in the future, you want to be able to say this even before you go on a date. You could do it. Like, you could literally
Mm.
say this over text. I love having phone calls with people before I go on a date. Saves me so much time. I could talk about it then. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you will be surprised if you're very open about it. If you're not, if you don't come off like a dick, and you stress to the person, I want a serious relationship, and I want it as soon as possible. In other words, as soon as I know it's the right relationship. So I'm not here to play games, but I found that
Right.
this is the healthiest way for me to go about it. Um,
Hmm.
and and if you wanna, if you're okay with that, I'm happy to keep seeing you. I'm happy to see you. If not, I am willing. You know, I don't want to lose you, but you know, this is. I just want to see where you're at. And I want to let
Okay.
you, decide what you want to do. Again, it's not going to be an easy conversation, Jane. You're going to feel very
No,
uncomfortable. Um,
because then I'm afraid to,
yeah.
so she might interrogate me about, oh, so, were you having sex with another woman
Oh,
or that kind of
they
thing.
have asked that?
No,
Okay.
that's what I'm worried about though.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know how to deal with that.
um, so yeah, you're just going to have to be mental. What I want you to do is I literally want you to go through this conversation in your head.
Yeah.
And I want you to prepare for all of those questions. And then in your head, I want you to feel yourself answering and feeling how you could answer the best. And this actually works. People do this before they have hard conversations, and it helps them.
Yeah.
Like I had a like an audition for singing in college, And I was so nervous for the audition that every day I would close my eyes and imagine myself going on stage and auditioning in front of all of the judges. And it really actually worked, because when I got on stage, I felt so much more calm, because I literally was visualizing the moment every day, over and over and over again, until it wasn't some new scary thing anymore. It was something I saw in my head every day. So you could practice that, and it'll help you to be more relaxed about the conversation, and that'll actually help the other person to be more relaxed about the conversation as well. If you go into it and you're kind of hemming and hawing, going, they're gonna feel that hesitancy. They're gonna feel that anxiousness, and they're gonna feel anxious about the situation too. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
So should I just be like, yeah, I'm sleeping with other women, so
yeah,
deal with it, kind of thing?
I learned this about 10 years ago from a friend, and he kind of blew my mind, because he started a relationship with somebody going, just so you know, before I'm in a relationship, I'm going to be seeing other people. If you're okay with that, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the actual fortunate opportunity to chat privately with the woman that he said that to see how she felt about it. And she literally just went, I didn't really want to do that, but I really like him, so I'm going to keep seeing him. And
yeah, I hear about that. I don't know if I could pull that off.
Well, it's not about pulling it off. It's just about finding people that are also okay with it. Now, I understand that, like, listen, you've been on a lot of dates in the past couple of years, and you're finally seeing two people that you like and that really like you back.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the moment, you're likely going, man, I really have something here. And now I got to screw it up by telling them something that's likely going to make both of them go away. And I get it. I get that. I understand. But you just got to take it from me that it's going to serve you the best in the long run. And once you get really comfortable with saying this stuff, it's going to be you're going to be able to just roll it off your tongue and make it more, just make it more of a relaxed conversation. I don't want you coming from a scarcity headspace. And you've probably heard that term before if you've watched dating videos. If you are thinking, I'm so scared of losing these girls, that's a scarcity headspace, right?
Yeah.
You need
I'm afraid I'm gonna,
Yeah. Oh, I know.
I'm gonna lose them.
Well, this is a risk.
I am afraid.
This is a risk. That is clear. There's never a time in dating where it's not a risk. Every step in dating is a risk. You're risking your heart. You're risking so much. You're risking your time. You're risking missing out on somebody else. There's all of these risks. But dating's a very sticky, tricky thing, because we're dealing with two people's vulnerable emotional. And their vulnerable emotions that they don't give to other people. And for some people, having sex is a very important thing, where if they're doing it with you, that's very, very big for them. And so you just want to be respectful of that. Yeah. This is a hard thing, but again, like, this is something that is newer in dating that people are doing.
Yeah, because the one of them, I mentioned, I think I'm going against the rules by sleeping over, because I'm trying to keep my distance. I'm trying not to be, act like I'm their boyfriend, or I'm seeing them once a week. I'm texting them very little.
Okay, so yeah, that's good. So I wanted to talk about that, and I'm glad that you reminded me too. So when it comes to before you're in a relationship, it's good. Do not ever be romantic. So save
Right.
romance for the relationship. And the reason why is because I want you to see romance as a respect thing. If I am being romantic with somebody before I have committed to them, that's disrespectful. And it also creates it also creates all of these attachments to each other, you know? So when you do things like hold hands or, you know, say, I miss you so much, I can't wait to see you again, you know, kisses on the forehead type of thing. Those are all relationship-y things.
Yeah.
And when you do those things, it makes two people feel like they're in a relationship. And then there is more of an attachment. Now, things like don't text them so much, that's not a big deal, right? So I want you to think of it like this. Could I do this with my friend? Then fine, right? Would you kiss your friend on the forehead? No. But would you, if you had a great time with your friend and you love texting your friend, you would text them a lot, right? So don't worry about things like that where it's like, oh, I don't want to text them too much, or I might come off needy, or I might come off too interested. Don't worry about that, because I've learned the only thing that they sense is the neediness. So you could be doing the things that most needy people do. As long as you don't have any neediness inside of you, you're fine. They don't feel that.
Yeah.
So
Well, I guess I'm afraid I do have neediness. So
say it again.
I guess I'm afraid that I could get needy. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm focused on one girl,
Yeah.
and I don't have another one to kind of keep my attention.
And that
off of
is
the other one.
yeah, I know, and that is important. I do think that people should be playing the field before they're in a relationship. I think everybody should do it. I think women should be doing it too. I think the only reason that women don't do it is because one, they've been taught to be more romantic, and two, they'll be seen as sluts if they're, you know, actively dating. But I don't think this I don't think this should be a secret thing for women. I don't think this should be a secret thing for anybody. I think the more things are out in the open, the less people are going to be needy. And the earlier on you say it also. So the other thing is, like, it's going to be a little late now, and that stinks. The later you wait, the harder it's going to be, but you got to do it anyway. You just got to do it. And I said, Shane, I just want you to rehearse it in your head over and over. You could even, like, literally in your room, just say it out loud, practicing it. And actually, you know, while we're here, you want to practice it with me right now?
I'm bad at this stuff, but
I mean, well, that's why we would practice.
Right. I know.
What do you think? Do you want to try it
I'm not
now?
a fan of being on camera, but
Well, you're doing really good.
yeah. Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, we could try it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And again, the first time you do it, you're probably going to it'll probably come off bad. So just be prepared. Say, it's going to come off really bad right now. But then the next time I do it, it'll be a little easier. It'll feel a little smoother. And as you know, everybody in the chat room here, they all know you. They all love you. They all support you. Nobody's here to troll. We're all damn betas, you know. There's no piece of shit assholes here. All right, so
I was gonna ask.
What?
Yeah, like,
What?
is it because of, like, all these alpha YouTube people? You know, I mean, they literally asked a question in a live stream about should I feel guilty, and, you know, they, like, laughed pretty much about it.
Yeah, I mean, well, the whole alpha red pill community type of thing, I mean, it's all just bravado. It's trying to hide insecurities and vulnerability is all it is. That's really all.
So I don't know if I was being too soft. I don't know if I was being, like, too soft. If I had nothing to worry about, really.
Yeah.
About their feelings.
So another thing, Shane, is, like, you got to acknowledge that there's different people. There's different kinds of people in the world. Some people are a little more cold-hearted. That's just the plain,
Yeah.
truth to it. If you're talking to people that don't kind of match your personality and you're taking advice from them, you could be taking the wrong advice.
Yeah.
And so like, that's why it's important to also just say like, do my values align with the advice that I'm watching? Right.
Right.
Yeah. But also, again, man, a lot, you know me, dating coaches fucking suck. They're all fakes. They don't have a lot of experience with women. Like they don't have, like they're fake. They just like to, beat their chest on live streams and videos and to make, it's just to make people think that they're more special than they really are.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So I'm Sally, and we are, we're on a date. We're getting some drinks, and yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
So
you tell me how to say it first.
no, we'll workshop it after you say it.
Okay.
Remember, you want it to be bad now, because if you say it good right now, well, then you didn't need to be here. So you got to say it bad because we need to go somewhere from here.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do my best. I'm not good at, expressing myself and that kind of thing. But okay. So I'd say, I just want to let you know that, I am looking for a long-term relationship eventually, but
well, let's start off with how you would start the conversation completely, because that already sounds like, right? So it's like, what if I sat down with you and I was just like, so I want to let you know I'm looking for, it's a little abrupt. So kind of give it a little intro.
An intro. So I was thinking, I don't know.
Okay, so how about this? How about we started off saying something like, hey, so I just want to talk to you about where we're at. We've been seeing each other for a little while now. And, I think we never had a chance to really talk about what our intentions are and what this dynamic should be. And so I wanted to, I really wanted to talk about that and put it all out on the table. How does that sound to you? Does that sound good or no?
Yeah, that sounded good. It sounded like a lot.
All right, bring that back to me in your own words.
Okay, so we've been seeing each other for a while now, and I should have brought this up earlier, but I do have intentions of seeing someone long term, but at this time I am dating other people, and I just thought that you should know that.
Okay. Hey, that actually wasn't that bad for your to start off.
Okay.
What I'd like to do is I'd like you to kind of have some more intro to the conversation, because it was so succinct.
Yeah.
That it sounded like, all right, are you good? Are you good with that? Let's move on. I
know.
So I really want you to, just start off saying, hey, like, we haven't talked about this yet, and I really wanted to talk about this relationship and where we're at and what our intentions are, and all of that stuff. So, I'd love to talk about that with you. And then, I could say, sure, that sounds like a good idea. What do you want to talk about? Right? So you want to start, and then you could go into what your intentions are. And again, when you're talking to me, I want you to imagine it's her. Like, I really want you to imagine, like, this is the person I've been seeing. This is somebody that I've been intimate with. Like, this is somebody that I care about. This is somebody that I have their best interest in mind. So, you know, talk to me like that.
Okay. Okay. So we haven't had a chance to talk about where this is going. Um, and I am interested in seeing where this goes with you and possibly, long term. And I would love to talk to you about that.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That sounds great. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Okay. Um, so, oh, okay.
This is why
Yes.
it's important to do this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're
So,
doing good.
um,
It was a good intro.
okay. So I just wanted to, see where you are as far as um, us seeing each other and seeing where this goes and um, talk about you know, if should I ask her if she's seeing other people? I don't think I should. That's fine.
Um, let's
Or
let's
just,
let's get to what you want to say first, and then let's move on to that. So let's start it again. You did the intro great, and I said, all right, great. Let's talk
okay.
about that stuff. What do you have for me, Shane? What do you
Okay.
want to say?
Um, I just wanted to talk about us and where this is going. And I wanted to let you know that I do see us going somewhere with this, but until I know for certain, I am seeing other people.
Okay. Hey, that wasn't
That's
bad.
all
That
I
was
got.
that was pretty good. um, it still it still feels a little
Yeah.
it still feels a little impersonal to me. I want to hear the tone. I want to hear that you really care. I want it. I don't want it to sound like you're like, hey, just so there's there's Sally number two, and
Yeah.
we hooked up last night, and like I want you to feel like you really have her best interest in mind, that you care, and let her know. It's like, I don't want you to say, I see this turning serious, or I see this going somewhere. I want you to say, like, because that basically what you're saying right there is like a promise. And if you're seeing somebody
Hmm.
else, you're not promising her anything. Um, you you want to say, um, I don't know where it's going, but I want to be in a serious relationship. I'm looking to be in a
Okay.
serious relationship. All right, let's
Okay.
go again. See, you're doing a really good job right now. Because you're working it out each time. You're doing it better and better.
Okay. Um, so Sally, uh, we've been seeing each other a few weeks now, and I don't know where this is going, but I do want it to go somewhere.
Okay, so what
But
do you, Shane? Are you not interested in a relationship, or?
um, yes, I am interested in a relationship. I just want to make sure this is the right one, that I'm
Don't
choosing
say
the
that.
right person. Don't
Don't
say
say
that.
that. That's all right. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Uh, no, you're doing good. Um, start over again.
Okay. Uh, so I wanted to talk about our relationship, and you know that I do want us to go somewhere with this. You told me not to say that, right?
Say, I I am interested in a long-term relationship. I want a I want a long-term relationship. Say that.
Okay. Okay. I am interested in a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
I want a long-term relationship.
Yeah. Okay.
And then what?
So you could say like we've been seeing each other for a little while now. Um, that's the intro part. It's like I we've been seeing each other for a little while now. We never got to talk about this. I'm interested in a long-term relationship. But I just wanted to I wanted to see where you're at. I wanted to let you know where I'm at. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm seeing somebody else as well. And I'm sorry that I didn't tell you that at the beginning. I'm looking to be more, communicative about this stuff. But I just wanted to let you know that I really am interested in a relationship. I've just found that this is the healthiest route for me to take. And I completely understand if you're not okay with that. It's going to really hurt if you're not okay with that. But I wanted to get everything out in the open. And I just wanted to see how you felt about this.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Now try it.
That's good. Yeah. Do you mind if I go back, if I do it on my own? I'm not good on the spot.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
I'm gonna I'm gonna rewind that and write it down. And I'm better practicing on my own.
Good. Totally fine, buddy.
I don't want to waste everybody's time.
No, first of all, you didn't waste anybody's time. And it's completely fine for you to do this on your own. And I get it, like doing it on the spot, on a live stream, you're probably going to feel a lot more anxious saying it. But I do think it was important that you did practice. You practiced verbalizing it because I don't know what's more difficult, saying it on a live stream on YouTube or saying it to these women. So, the nerves, you are already dealing with the nerves right now saying this. And so it's going to help you in person. So you did a great job. And everybody in the live chat, I want everyone to give Shane a round of a fucking applause because he did awesome. And also
appreciate it.
I respect and admire that you want to do this and you think that this is important because you're a good dude. Right?
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yep.
But at the same time, like also this is the best route to take.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just tell them straight up. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. You got any other questions? Somebody said God Shane.
What does that mean?
Well, I think they're just saying that you're a god. And they're I see lots of applause going on. So
appreciate
it. Buddy, thank you so much for coming on for your first time. And damn, I'm so glad to finally meet you in person. Will you come on again?
Yeah, you too. Yeah, I'll come on again.
All right, good. All right, get practicing. Let me know how it goes.
Okay.
All right. All right. Later,
Appreciate
buddy.
it.
Have a good night.
Later. You too.
All right, let's bring in Mark. Marky Mark. I'm going to ask him to start video. I'll wait a couple more seconds. Oh, let me see if I can. Hello, Mark. Mark. All right. Let's see if Mark will be ready in a little bit. I am going to bring in Kenny. Let's see how Kenny's doing. Looks like the video's about to start. We're waiting for the audio from Kenny. Kenny, it's a very scary scene I was just looking at right there. All right. Hey, hello.
Hello?
Hey, is this Kenny?
Yes, it is.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hold on, I'm sorry, I had the other phone on. Yeah, how
All
you
right,
doing
that's cool.
today?
Pretty good. How are you?
Well, it could be better, but I'm all right. I'm
Okay.
under the
All
weather.
right.
That's why, yeah, I don't want y'all to see. I'm all jacked up, hair looking like Bushwick Bill,
No, look at
nappy.
me. I'm wearing, listen, I am sweating my ass off. It's 85 degrees in my house. I'm wearing the same shirt I wore on Tuesday. I'm a mess, man. I haven't shaved in a couple of weeks. Don't you
Right.
worry about that. But I will respect your privacy, Kenny.
Okay.
Are you a first-time caller, long-time listener, or is this
No,
am
this
I
is first
completely new to
first
you?
time caller. No, this brand new. This first time caller.
All right, all right. So, talk to me. What question do you have for me?
Well, the only question is right now is I'm interested in dating women in a foreign country,
Mm-hmm.
but right now I don't have the means and stack up right now to travel right now. But I do have my passport,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't well I do hire some matchmakers, but they're gonna cost me a lot of money. So I'm trying to find where can I meet. Now I live in Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Now some people may come in and do business, say like people that do business or corporate trips
Mm-hmm.
in my hometown.
Yeah.
But I want to meet more foreigner women because of my past when I was in a military. I traveled.
Oh, wow. Oh,
hmm
that's so interesting. So, did you meet women when you were in the military?
and what they used to say in juicy girls, in Korea, you date them juicy girls. They just want have a good time for the weekend.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. And and so, like, are you saying that you're attracted to women that are like what countries are you attracted to?
Uh, I want to, I guess, South America, like Spain or
Mm,
Colombia.
mm, nice. Okay. So, what is your question then? Is it how do I get with these women?
Yeah, how can I meet them in person?
Got it.
I do have my passport, but right now I don't.
Now,
I got to stack up.
are you already talking
Go
to
ahead.
anybody specifically, or you haven't met
No,
anybody yet?
no, no,
Okay.
no. I have not. I have not met anyone.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, there's a couple of things you could do. One, you could, open up one of the dating apps and then set the location to certain places. Um, and then what I recommend you do is start a relationship, not like an actual real committed relationship, but start getting to know these women over FaceTime, over video calls. Because another thing is, I don't want you saving up money, flying somewhere, only to find out that you don't really like the person. You know?
Yes, because yeah, because have you heard of a foreign affair?
No, what's that?
It's okay. It's like a matchmaker, but they're like um expensive, but they
Mm,
okay. But you talk to the girl, communicate with the girl, but you don't want to like be misled. If you go down there,
of
let's
course.
say the girl wasn't interested, yeah, and then they coerce it. Well, we got another girl, but you gotta pay. Well, their matchmaker
Mm,
is like $15,000.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
no, that's too. Yeah, don't worry about that stuff.
Mhm.
That's too much. But yeah, start off with just getting to know them over FaceTime. Over the course of, and I'm serious, even like a couple months FaceTiming,
Okay.
because again, to meet somebody in another country means that you're likely going to have somebody's going to have to move. And
Mhm.
it'll probably be them moving to you. Um, and somebody's going to have to move eventually. And that's a really big commitment. So you don't want to take too long. So the first thing already off the bat, don't rush into anything. Don't buy a ticket to the first pretty girl that you meet. Get to know them over a couple months. Get to know their values, get to
Mhm.
know their lifestyle, get to know what they do from day to day.
Right.
See how they will match with your life. Talk about that. Actually ask them like, yo, this is what my life is like. This is what I want. This is, you know, are you able to live that life with me? Is that the type of life you'll be interested in living? Well, then don't travel during the summer. We know that. Don't travel during the holiday months. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll be able to set up after several months. You're going to definitely be able to get a round trip ticket. Once you meet somebody, you could save, I don't know, what, $100 a month, maybe $250 a month. After 2 or 3 months, you'll have a round trip ticket
Right.
to go see the person. And so again, this is not a fast thing. If you're interested in meeting women that are in America, it's not going to be you don't want to rush this. You don't want to make it a fast thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
take my time.
Yeah, exactly. Take your time. Don't rush it. I think that's all I got.
You know which app? Because I know some of them speak Spanish and some of them speak a little English. So I've been kind of working on Spanish a little bit, but I kind of been kind of off a little bit. But
good. Well, I would say you want to meet somebody that's already English speaking fluently. So you don't have a big issue when you guys are in a relationship and you're trying to figure out each other's languages. The next thing is I would just use Tinder, use Hinge. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pay for the premium of those apps so you can be in another country on those apps. So you can't do that for free. You have to do that on the app itself, like paying premium. And that's going to be
regular Tinder.
It's going to be something
regular
like,
Tinder. I'm sorry.
Yeah, regular Tinder won't do that. Let me see how much it costs. It'll be like $25 or something a month. But if you want,
I had Hinge, but wasn't too successful with it. But I mean, maybe because I want to meet the type of women.
Yeah, it's also the type of women. But at the same time, Kenny, this is gonna be something. This is gonna be like you figuring it out on your own too, because you never know. Maybe women in Brazil are more fluent and more open to meeting somebody in America than somebody in Colombia. We don't know. So that's why you also want to figure that out too on your own. So it's going to be a little bit of testing things out.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. You got any other questions for me, bud?
No, that'll be all. I can't think of that place in Mexico. I can't think of the name. I don't have it in front of me right now. It's like a volcano, but it's like a well.
Oh.
Like I can't think of it right now. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Okay.
Where'd she go? Where do you go? Hey.
Popocatépetl. Paracutin. I'm naming stuff. Paracutin. Popocatépetl. Let's see. What? Let's see. I'm looking up.
It's in Alcatraz City. No, it's in Mexico City.
Yeah. Yeah, Mexico City.
Hold on, it's coming up. Had to put my laptop on.
Okay.
All right, It's coming up now. I just loaded up the laptop.
It's Popocatépetl. That's what it is. That's the one in Mexico City.
Okay, hold on. that? Because if I say it, I'll butcher it. No, that's not it. I'll butcher the name. You did that already, Joe. It's coming up. If it's C, okay, here we go. It's called SUYTUN. And it's called CENOTE.
Oh yeah, the C note.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, C notes are amazing. I want to go to one of those. Soytun C note.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of women. There's a lot of great women in Mexico City that you could meet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she had the blue eyes. She was very attractive. Well, she wasn't. She was Russian. She speak Russian, and she had the blue eyes, and yeah, she was very attractive. She was hot.
Nice. Yeah. So it's all about you testing it out. See what cities, see what countries work for you, and then letting them know this is my life, and I want to see if you're okay with that, living the life that I want to live. Because they're living a completely different life than you are. And so, yeah, you're going to have to talk about that with them. Cool?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. All right, Kenny. Thank you so much for coming on, bud.
Okay. No problem.
All right.
Too.
Hope to see you again. Bye-bye.
All right. All right. Good night.
All right. Let's see if Mark is coming in here. A Marky Mark. Mark is joining, it says. God, it is literally 85. Look at this. I am dripping. That's why I have this shirt on. It is 85 degrees. I have air conditioning, just not in this room. I have a fan that usually blows, but it would be really loud, so I can't do that. So I'm just going to sweat. Daniela asks, are there a lot of people in the Zoom? I don't have a question, but May jumped in to say hi. I'm actually going to end the stream soon. Let's see if Mark is going to come in. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to get to some questions that people asked on the internet. So while he's coming in, let's go to some questions here. Okay. So it says, hey, Anthony, been watching your streams vids recently and love it all. I was wondering if you had any advice, tips on getting over negative feelings about dating. Not necessarily about self-confidence, but more so about going into it with more open, positive mind. It's very easy to come across so many guys who want to either hook up or they say they're looking for something serious, especially during social distancing. But in reality, they're looking to fill a temporary void. It gets super exhausting opening up to strangers over and over when it seems they all want the same thing. I'm all for building a friendship first and taking my time 100%, but it doesn't seem easy these days. It's a really good question, really topical question. Because obviously we know this is something that everyone's talking about right now. Okay. I'm just processing it all right now. Okay. So, questioner, as you might know, I'm the type of person that I'd rather ask you a lot of questions about this question to see, to just get more context, to just get more information. It's easier for me to help you with the question. Otherwise, I kind of just guess answers for you to see if those are the answers you'd like. But the first thing that I want to say, and it's kind of like the answer that you probably don't want, and it's kind of seems like the shitty answer, but it's not the shitty answer, is to take dating less seriously. What tends to happen is when we take dating too seriously, we get disappointed very easily because we're so focused on, I just want to meet somebody. I just want to be in a relationship. Why can't I be in a relationship? And start seeing dating as the journey rather than just the means to the end. So first off, I just want you to shift your perspective on what you see as dating. I don't want you to see it as it's a means to getting into a relationship. If it was up to me, I would skip everything and just be in the relationship. I hate the dating. And everybody feels like this. But it's not a good way to go into dating. I want you to see dating as an integral part of all of this. I want you to start enjoying dating just for what it is and not looking to, when am I going to meet somebody that is serious? When am I going to get into the relationship? When am I going to meet the right guy? If you're constantly thinking about that type of stuff, you're not really present in the moment, actually committing to dating. Okay, so that's the first thing. The next thing I would say is, and this kind of goes along with what I said, what me and Shane discussed, is I want you to get the intentions out in the open at the beginning. This is going to save you a lot of time. So when you first start, like, I don't want you to think, oh, girls shouldn't do that. It scares guys away. It pisses them off. It's not chill and cool. I want you to get those intentions out at the beginning. Here's the thing. You don't have to be super serious about it. Also, if you say it in a way that puts pressure onto the person, then it is likely to scare the person away. But if you say it in a very kind of matter-of-fact, relaxed way, it will actually help that person to open up to you. Show them that you are okay with whatever answer they have. If you go, are you just going to date me and hook up with other girls and that's it? If you do it in that way, it's going to close him off. It's going to make him not want to see you. It's going to make him not want to open up to you, be vulnerable, and tell you the truth. But if you start off each person that you meet going, hey, listen, I just want to talk about what our intentions are, what your interests in dating are. Hold up, I hear a siren, and I don't want that to bother me or you. Okay. Where was I? I'm going into my spiel. So I say, that siren's still annoying me. Say, hey, I just want to be clear about where we're at, what my intentions are, what your intentions are. This is before even the first date. If you're meeting people online, most people are talking online before they meet. Say, I just want to know what your intentions are. You could do this on the phone. You could do this on the first date. I want to know what your intentions are, what your interest in dating is. Also, I want to know if you're looking to, just hook up. And always say, and that's fine if you want that. Let me know. Like, if you want to just hook up with me, that's totally fine. Just let me know. If you're interested in hooking up with other people, dating other people while you're going to be dating me, just let me know. I just want to know. It doesn't matter. But I want to let you know what my intentions are. I want to get into a relationship. I want to be with somebody who wants to commit. And say all of the other things that you want. And just let them know. Make sure that it is an open forum. Make sure that the person feels so comfortable saying whatever they feel, having nothing to hide around you. So don't say anything judgmental. Keep it super non-biased. And then, because what happens is most people do two things. They say nothing, and then they end up disappointed because nobody actually communicated anything. Or two, they say something in a judgmental way, making that person feel guilty or ashamed of what their needs and wants are. And then they lie because they don't want to be shamed. And then the same thing happens in the first scenario. Disappointment. So, super open. Show your intentions. Don't do it in a serious way. Be casual about it. Be relaxed about it. But make sure that everything that you want to say is on the table and everything that he wants to say is on the table. Because you say it gets exhausting opening up to strangers over and over when it seems they all want the same thing. I want you to be sure about what that person wants. Also, let them know what your rules for intimacy are. You know, if you are the type of person that doesn't want to have sex until you're in a relationship, if you're the type of person that doesn't want to have sex until you feel sure about this person, you feel good with this person, or, you know, there are no intimacy rules and, you know, you're happy to hook up either on the first date or on the third date or on the third month. It doesn't matter to you. Let it be known. This is super important. Okay. I don't have enough context to give you more answers. So I'm just going to keep it pretty general right there, but still super, super important stuff. So nobody else is in the Zoom. So I'm going to get finished now. Okay, everybody, we're all done for tonight. I want to check out the chat like I do always at the end, because I love talking to you guys. Luke says, Anthony, what you said earlier about being romantic with a friend before being in a relationship is exactly what I did, and that attachment formed. I'm very cuddly, touchy person, even with other friends. How do I limit that if I want relationship? I don't really feel connected to a girl until I've been cuddly with them. So cuddling's fine. But it's kind of how you cuddle. Are you, like I said, are you kissing their forehead? Are you like, you know, are you doing all of the stuff that people in relationships would do? So think about it. Like, after people hook up, they tend to cuddle a little bit, right? It's not like they have to be super cold and robotic about it. You can cuddle, but just don't turn it into like every time you see each other, you're cuddling type of thing. Because again, you save that for your relationship. Okay. Daniela says, you say you miss them every night. That may be a little too much. So yeah, Luke brings up something important. They were initiating it. Okay. So even if somebody initiates it, you don't do it. Say, I miss you too, but I just want to let you know that, like, I want to keep the relationship talk until we're in a relationship. I want to respect you. And I don't want to act like I'm in a relationship with you when we're not yet in a relationship, because I don't want to form attachment. You say that. Say it. But yeah, then she said we got too close and she's not ready for it. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I never really brought up a relationship like that though, but it did feel like we were in one for 2 weeks. Okay, Fenric says, hey Anthony, what's up, Fenric? See if there's any chat that I missed in the back. Looks like you guys had a conversation here. Here we go. Let's talk about some stuff here. Oh, wow. You guys had a long conversation. I wonder if it's fine to ask someone out for a friendly date. Like the girl I'm friends with isn't looking for a relationship, but I do want to get to know her better, even just as friends. Yeah. I mean, of course that's fine. Just say that. I'm just worried it might come off as needy and desperate. We're pretty new friends that I don't want to ruin the friendship. Well, I'm confused what a friendly date is. Are you talking about just hooking up, friends with benefits? Are you talking about just hanging out one-on-one with a new friend? Either way, state what your intentions are. And remember, Fenrix, you're only needy if you're needy. People don't think you're needy when you're not needy. Trust me on that. I've spent years trying this stuff out. I literally, just by the way, everybody, I literally worked on this. I literally said, I spent a couple months going, because, you know, throughout my life, I just treated myself like a human guinea pig for social interactions. So I would literally go, okay, I am going to do all of the needy things that most people do that are needy, except for I'm not going to be needy whatsoever when I do it. And guess what? People don't think you're needy. In fact, it's actually more badass to be not needy and sometimes do things that needy people do. It kind of creates this weird, I don't know. I haven't thought enough about that comment, so I'm going to delete myself from that topic. All right. Hey, Ant, talk a little bit about best friend dynamic. I think I did that the right way with this girl and still got friend zoned. Dick Hairtoe, you likely did not express your attraction. Remember, it must be coupled with expressing your attraction explicitly. Explicitly means it's obvious. It is overwhelmingly obvious that you're attracted. Okay? Then you won't get friend zoned. But again, I don't know enough about your situation. I just know what most people's situations are, and most people don't express their attraction, and they think they did, and it really was just like, you look nice today. That's not expressing your attraction. The rule of thumb for expressing your attraction, if you did it, is would you say it to your grandma? Would you say it to your cousin? Daniela says, thank you for being our little guinea pig. Well, sure. All right. That's it, guys. I hope you had a fun time today. It is 85 degrees, and I would like to not be sweating my tushy off. I love doing these Q&As with you guys. I love bringing you guys on, meeting you, helping you out. This is literally my job. This is what I get paid to do. And so I'm happy to do it with you guys too on this podcast. I will see you guys next week. Next week, we are going to focus on Love on the Spectrum, the TV show, as well as real life Love on the Spectrum. I got a buddy of mine. He's a subscriber, and he's going to come on. He's on the Spectrum, and he's going to talk about Love on the Spectrum, the show and real life. And I just think it's so important to talk about dynamics that are not mainstream. That's what this show's all about. We're betas, baby. Okay? I'm a misfit. I'm a weirdo. I'm different. I don't want to follow the mainstream rules. I want to follow what works for me, what I like. So I want to focus on everybody on this show. And that's why next week I want to focus on dating on the spectrum, love on the spectrum. I will see you next week. I really hope you'll be there to support the show. I hope you will be in the live chat because it's so fun to have you guys talking, and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, look at what Luke said. Oh, look what Danielle, that's fun. So I want to thank the beta members, the people that have green on their names, they are beta members. They're paying $5 a month to support this show. They get fun benefits like emojis. They get to be in the Discord. They're going to get discounts on courses, all that fun stuff. If you want to join, you click below it. It'll join. Go to the channel. You could hit join. And you'll be supporting me. You'll be supporting the channel because, you know, I'm literally just doing this for no reason because I love doing it. Not because I'm making money off of it, because I'm not. So if you want to help support, that would be very great. And that's it, everybody. I'm so happy that we're back and that I am not having